Good morning, it's day 6 and it's moving day. Now yesterday we had quite a relaxed but still reasonably active day. We went over the ridge at the far side of camp to the north to see if we could see any moose in the valley below. We got to about 1.5 miles outside camp. That's pretty much the limit of where we'd want to pack a moose back from. And then we spent the evening getting tidied up around camp, knowing that today we're going to move from this location over to another. Now caribou and moose, there are areas where they'll kind of cohabit, but the caribou like it slightly higher. The moose a little bit lower in dense undergrowth, plenty of natural cover. We haven't seen any here. We've been on the lookout. We saw another caribou bull up on the ridge behind me here last night. There's been a couple of young moose bulls across the river and then a couple of grizzly bear, but otherwise no shootable moose. It's going to be a busy day getting everything packed down. It was very cold last night, so when I got up this morning the tents were covered in frost and ice, and all of the water carriers were all frozen, the water pumps were frozen. We've got to let that thaw out and then dry out before we can get it back into the bags. So a busy day ahead of us, but pretty exciting because by this afternoon we'll be in an entirely new landscape. Let's get to work.
Morning, day 6 and we're moving today. And before I forget, happy anniversary, Suze. Same again, 2 years on the trot. I'm out here in the beautiful tundra, celebrating our anniversary, hunting animals, living the dream. We've been up now, I should think, about an hour and a half, and I've just gone to have a drink out of my water bottle, and it was frozen solid. So that just tells you how cold it was inside the tent. It looks like the sun's going to poke its head over the mountains in a minute or two. We'll get the tents dried out, get everything packed away, and Cole should be here within about an hour and a half, I reckon. So there we go. We'll catch you in pastures new. See you in a bit.
Moving day is always a little on the stressful side. Sure, we're pretty organised and everything has its place, but throw a bush pilot on a tight schedule into the equation and everything heats up a notch or two. Cole is still trying to catch up with his schedule after a solid 3 weeks of rain, and so we do our best to help things along, making sure everything is packed and ready to go in good time and helping to load the plane. I'm the first to head out, with James and Steve following soon afterwards. We've only been here a few days, but have become very familiar with the area. In some ways we're sad to be leaving, but excited about what's ahead of us. We have a quick pit stop at a local airstrip to change planes. It's an exercise in efficiency with all hands on deck.
So here we are halfway to our next location. Now Cole picked us up from Caribou camp in the Piper Super Cub, which is a much smaller plane. You've got a much quicker takeoff. Brought us here to Whiskey Bravo. It's got a much longer runway, and here we've got the Maul M5, which is his bigger plane. What he's going to do now is going to go and pick Steve up and the rest of the gear, bring us all here, and probably do 2 trips into the moose camp. So I'm just going to start getting the gear from over there, stacking it by the plane, waiting for Cole. Now I'm going to have to leave the guys here with some food and a rifle, try and take as much of the gear into camp as we can with me, and then they'll follow on a little bit later on. So hopefully by mid-afternoon, it's about 12:30 now, by about 4:30, camp should be set up and we should be ready to go.
Cole's somewhat dramatic steep turn into land perfectly marks the wild man's arrival. Now it's a team effort to get the Maul M5 loaded up and ready to go. Cole knows exactly what he wants and where he needs it to go. It's just a matter of passing in the bags, boxes and equipment as quickly as possible. The last item of excess baggage is of course me, and now we're ready for the trip to Moose Country. With the magnificent Alaska range bathed in sunshine, the view from up here is truly breathtaking. Clearly happy with the in-flight service, Cole and Wildy appear to have bonded during the flight in.
Right here for you. Yeah, we'll be fine. I've got my catapult. Blinker.
And with Cole gone, we're alone in the wilderness once more. Now our attention's turned to building camp and getting organised. Whilst the weather is currently being kind to us, a storm could develop very quickly and we use heavy rocks to hold down the guy ropes for our tents. Unfortunately, there are no rocks around our campsite, and so these need to be retrieved from a nearby creek. It's an unexpected task that saps what little energy we have remaining. As our tents take shape, it's finally starting to feel like home.
So it's been another busy day and we found ourselves in a new home just above the Trimble River.
Lovely location, as you can see the valley behind us just drops away. The sun's been shining all day. Beautiful day to move camp really.
We're not used to moving camp in the sunshine. Although it's very welcome, we're not complaining, it also makes it tough because it's quite physical, you know, packing everything down in the cold. He likes to move us quickly, so we've got to be ready for him. And then we get to the other side, we've got to unpack it all and get set up again.
It's been a steady day, but a tough day, hasn't it? Fetching water because the creek's a fair way down the bottom there, carrying it all back, making sure we've got enough through the night and ready for the morning so we can have a brew straight away.
And also we've had to fetch stones as well. There's no stones here to hold the guy ropes down, so we've had to go all the way down to the creek to fetch stones back. And it's been a pretty active day, but very rewarding. And this is our reward for all of that effort, which is an absolutely magnificent landscape. Now we're up here, we're quite high, but we're going to be hunting for moose and black bear. And Cole tells us that the saddle all the way along the right hand side of us here is very strong for moose, lots of thick alders. We haven't seen anything just yet, but the slopes are alive with berries as well. So we're hoping that that's going to bring a few black bear in for us. So it's just a matter of being patient, letting the binoculars and the spotting scope do the work for us, seeing if we can see any movement, and then hopefully moving in and making shot. But really pleased with how the day's gone. It's been tough, but been worth the effort.
It has. I think it's your turn for the coffee.
Oh, my turn it is, so after you, sir.
Thank you.